It's fair to say that there were groups that did move and migrate to other areas. Those then became the Pueblos and the Hopis.
History is filled with mysteries, but few are as captivating as those left behind by Native American cultures. From vanished civilizations to unexplained artifacts, these enigmas challenge our understanding and ignite our imagination. Let's delve into 15 unsolved Native American mysteries that continue to baffle experts and thrill enthusiasts alike. Number 1. The disappearance of the ancestral Puebloans, Anasazi. The ancestral Puebloans, also known as the Anasazi, built remarkable cliff dwellings in the American Southwest, such as those at Mesa Verde and Chaco Canyon. Flourishing between 100 AD and 1300 AD, their advanced society created complex irrigation systems, pottery, and astronomical observatories. Yet around 1300 AD, these thriving communities were abruptly abandoned. Archaeologists and historians have proposed various theories, including prolonged drought, resource depletion, social strife, and external threats. However, no single explanation definitively accounts for their sudden departure. The mystery deepens when considering the architectural prowess and extensive trade networks they established, which suggest a highly organized society. The reasons behind their mass exodus remain one of the greatest puzzles in North American archaeology, leaving us to wonder what could have driven such a capable people from their homes in the cliffs. Number 2. The mystery of the Cahokia Mounds. Cahokia, located near present-day St. Louis, Missouri, was once the largest and most complex pre-Columbian city north of Mexico. At its peak around 1100 AD, it was home to an estimated 20,000 people. The city is renowned for its massive earthworks, particularly Monk's Mound, which stands at over 100 feet tall. These mounds served various purposes, including ceremonial, residential, and burial functions. Despite its grandeur and significance, Cahokia began to decline around 1300 AD and was largely abandoned by 1400 AD. The reasons for Cahokia's rise and fall remain shrouded in mystery. Scholars speculate that environmental factors such as flooding or deforestation could have played a role. Others suggest that social and political upheaval, resource depletion, or disease may have contributed to its decline. The purpose of some mounds, especially those that do not appear to be burial sites, adds another layer of intrigue. What were these monumental structures used for? Were they astronomical observatories, platforms for elite residences, or something else entirely? The complexity of Cahokia's social structure, its extensive trade networks, and the sheer scale of its construction projects indicate a highly organized society. Yet, without written records, much of Cahokia's history is pieced together from archaeological evidence and educated guesses. This enigmatic city continues to captivate researchers and visitors, standing as a testament to the ingenuity and mystery of its builders. Number 3. The fate of the Roanoke colony. The story of the Roanoke colony is one of the most enduring mysteries in American history. In 1587, a group of over 100 English settlers, led by John White, established a colony on Roanoke Island, off the coast of present-day North Carolina. White returned to England for supplies, but his return to Roanoke was delayed by 3 years due to the Anglo-Spanish War. When he finally made it back in 1590, he found the colony deserted with no sign of struggle or conflict. The only clue was the word Croatoan, carved into a post, and CRO, etched into a tree. These cryptic messages have led to endless speculation. Some believe the colonists assimilated with the friendly Croatoan tribe on nearby Hatteras Island. Others propose they attempted to move inland, possibly perishing in the wilderness or being absorbed by other tribes. More sinister theories suggest they were killed by hostile forces or succumbed to starvation and disease. Number 4. The true purpose of the Great Serpent Mound. The Great Serpent Mound in Adams County, Ohio, is one of the most impressive and enigmatic earthworks in North America. This prehistoric effigy mound, measuring about 1,348 feet in length, represents a serpent with a coiled tail and an undulating body. The mound's precise construction and alignment with celestial events, such as the solstices and equinoxes, suggest it had significant astronomical and ceremonial importance. Despite extensive research, the exact purpose of the Great Serpent Mound remains unclear. Some archaeologists believe it was built by the Adena culture around 300 BC, while others attribute it to the Fort Ancient culture around 1070 AD. The mound's orientation and design have led to various theories regarding its function. Some propose it was used for astronomical observations, with the serpent's head aligning with the summer solstice sunset. Others speculate it may have been a site for religious ceremonies or a symbol of a cosmic serpent myth prevalent in many Native American cultures. The mound's construction, involving the careful placement of earth and stone, indicates a high level of planning and social organization. The serpent's body undulates in a way that may represent the movement of celestial bodies or cycles of life and death. However, without written records, the true intentions of its builders remain speculative. Number 5. The disappearance of the Norse settlers. Around 1000 AD, Norse explorers, led by Leif Erikson, established settlements in Greenland and briefly in parts of North America, including a site known as Vinland. These early Viking expeditions marked the first known European contact with the Americas, predating Columbus by nearly 500 years. The Norse settlers built communities, traded with Native Americans, and documented their experiences in sagas. However, by the 15th century, these Norse colonies had mysteriously vanished. Several theories attempt to explain their disappearance, but no single explanation has been universally accepted. Some historians suggest that climatic changes during the Little Ice Age made the already harsh conditions in Greenland and North America untenable for the settlers. The cooling temperatures would have shortened growing seasons, reduced food supplies, and increased sea ice, making trade and travel difficult. Another theory posits that conflicts with indigenous populations, such as the Inuit in Greenland or Native American tribes in Vinland, may have led to the Norse settlers' demise. These clashes could have been over resources or cultural misunderstandings, ultimately driving the Norse to abandon their settlements. Economic factors also played a role. The decline of the European market for walrus ivory, a key export from Greenland, may have made the settlements less viable economically. Additionally, isolation from Europe, combined with the challenges of maintaining a supply line across the North Atlantic, likely exacerbated the settlers' difficulties. Number 6. The enigma of the Kennewick Man. The discovery of the Kennewick Man in 1996 along the banks of the Columbia River in Washington state sparked one of the most intriguing and contentious debates in North American archaeology. This nearly complete ancient skeleton, dated to be around 9,000 years old, has distinctive features that are not typical of modern Native American populations. Instead, the skeletal structure showed similarities to those of people from Japan, Polynesia, and even Europe, leading to significant controversy over his origins. Kennewick Man's unexpected physical characteristics have challenged long-held theories about the peopling of the Americas. Traditional models suggested that the first inhabitants of North America migrated from Siberia across a land bridge known as Beringia around 15,000 years ago. However, Kennewick Man's features prompted scientists to consider the possibility of multiple waves of migration from different parts of the world. The debate over the Kennewick Man also involved legal and ethical issues. Native American groups, particularly the Umatilla tribe, claimed the remains under the Native American Graves Protection and Repatriation Act, NAGPRA, seeking to rebury him according to their traditions. Scientists, on the other hand, argued for the right to study the remains to glean more information about early human migration. After a lengthy court battle, scientists were allowed to study Kennewick Man, revealing that his DNA was closely related to modern Native American populations, aligning more closely with the traditional Beringian migration theory. Number 7. The Bimini Road controversy. The Bimini Road, an underwater rock formation located near North Bimini Island in the Bahamas, has been a source of speculation and mystery since its discovery in 1968. The formation consists of a series of rectangular limestone blocks that some believe to be the remnants of an ancient man-made road or wall. This idea was popularized by proponents of the lost city of Atlantis, who claim the Bimini Road is evidence of the advanced civilization described by Plato. Skeptics, however, argue that the Bimini Road is a natural formation, resulting from the geological processes of erosion and the fracturing of beach rock. The debate centers on whether the stones were deliberately placed by human hands or if they are simply a unique but natural occurrence. The alignment and spacing of the blocks, along with some features resembling stone anchors, have fueled the argument for human involvement. Adding to the controversy is the psychic prediction by Edgar Cayce, who in the 1930s foretold that remnants of Atlantis would be found near Bimini in the late 1960s. The timing of the discovery seemed to validate his prophecy, attracting more attention to the site. Despite numerous explorations and studies, no definitive evidence has been found to confirm the Bimini Road as a man-made structure. Number 8. The legend of the Wendigo. The Wendigo is a creature deeply rooted in the folklore of the Algonquian-speaking tribes of North America. Described as a malevolent, cannibalistic spirit, the Wendigo is often associated with the harsh winters and the desperate conditions they bring. According to legend, the Wendigo was once a human who, driven by extreme hunger or greed, resorted to cannibalism and was transformed into a monstrous entity as a result. The physical description of the Wendigo varies, but it is typically depicted as a gaunt, skeletal figure with glowing eyes, sharp claws, and an insatiable hunger for human flesh. Some stories describe it as being impossibly tall and emaciated, with its body covered in a layer of ice. The Wendigo's presence is said to bring a feeling of cold and dread, capable of influencing and corrupting others to commit acts of cannibalism themselves. The origins of the Wendigo legend likely stem from the real dangers faced by Native American tribes during the long, brutal winters. Starvation was a constant threat, and turning to cannibalism was considered one of the most heinous taboos. The Wendigo legend served as a cautionary tale, warning of the dire consequences of such an act. It also reflected deeper themes of human survival, moral integrity, and the dangers of losing one's humanity in the face of adversity. While the Wendigo remains a mythological figure, its influence extends into popular culture, appearing in books, movies, and television shows. The legend continues to captivate the imagination, serving as a chilling reminder of the fine line between survival and savagery, and the enduring power of folklore in explaining and coping with the most desperate human experiences. Number 9. The mysterious rock art of Sego Canyon. Sego Canyon, located in the high desert of Utah, is home to some of the most enigmatic rock art in North America. The canyon walls are adorned with a series of petroglyphs and pictographs created by various Native American cultures over thousands of years. These intricate and haunting images offer a glimpse into the spiritual and cultural lives of their creators, but they also pose many questions about their meanings and the people who made them. The rock art in Sego Canyon features a variety of figures, including humanoid shapes with large eyes, horned figures, and abstract symbols. Some of the most striking images are attributed to the Barrier Canyon style, believed to be created by the archaic period peoples around 2000 BC. These figures are often tall, ghostly forms with intricate patterns and headdresses, evoking a sense of otherworldliness. Another significant contributor to the rock art is the Fremont culture, which thrived in the region from around 700 to 1300 AD. Their depictions include more recognizable human and animal figures, as well as complex geometric designs. The Ute people, who inhabited the area later, also added their own images, including those of horses and riders, reflecting their adaptation to the arrival of Europeans and horses in the American Southwest. The exact purpose of the rock art remains a topic of debate among archaeologists and anthropologists. Some suggest the images served religious or ceremonial purposes, perhaps depicting shamanic visions or recording significant cultural events. Others believe they might have been used for storytelling or marking territory. The diverse styles and layers of artwork indicate that Sago Canyon was a significant and enduring cultural site for multiple groups over millennia. Number 10. The Curse of the Hope Diamond. The Hope Diamond is one of the most famous gems in the world, known not only for its stunning blue hue and impressive size, but also for the legends of a curse that is said to accompany it. According to folklore, the diamond was originally stolen from the eye of a statue of the Hindu goddess Sita, and it has brought misfortune and tragedy to many of its subsequent owners. The story of the Hope Diamond begins in the 17th century when it was acquired by French merchant Jean-Baptiste Tavernier, who brought it to Europe. The diamond eventually found its way into the hands of King Louis XIV of France, who had it recut and renamed the Blue Diamond of the Crown. The gem was passed down through French royalty until it was stolen during the French Revolution. The diamond reappeared in London in the early 19th century and was purchased by Henry Philip Hope, from whom it gets its name. The Hope family experienced a series of financial difficulties and deaths that were attributed to the diamond's curse. In the 20th century, the diamond changed hands several times, each time bringing tales of bad luck and disaster, from ruined finances to untimely deaths. The legend of the curse was further popularized by media coverage and fictional stories, adding to the mystique of the Hope Diamond. However, many historians and gemologists argue that the tales of the curse are exaggerated or fabricated, pointing out that the diamond's owners often led tumultuous lives irrespective of the gem. Number 11. The Nazca Lines of North America. While the Nazca Lines in Peru are widely known, North America has its own lesser-known but equally fascinating large-scale earthworks, the Blythe Intaglios in California. These massive geoglyphs located in the Colorado Desert near Blythe depict human figures, animals, and geometric shapes etched into the ground by Native American cultures. The Blythe Intaglios are estimated to be between 450 and 2,000 years old and span an area of over 200 feet in length. The creation and purpose of the Blythe Intaglios remain a mystery. Similar to the Nazca Lines, these geoglyphs were made by scraping away the dark surface layer of desert pavement to reveal the lighter soil underneath. This method creates a striking contrast that makes the figures visible from above. The designs include human figures with outstretched arms, serpentine shapes, and animal representations, possibly symbolizing spiritual or cultural beliefs. Theories about the purpose of the Blythe Intaglios range from ceremonial and religious functions to territorial markers or astronomical alignments. Some researchers suggest that they were created to be seen by deities or spirits from the sky, similar to the Nazca Lines. Others propose that they served as pathways for ritual processions or as markers for important locations or events. Despite their impressive scale and historical significance, the Blythe Intaglios have not received as much attention as their Peruvian counterparts. Preservation efforts have been challenging due to their remote location and vulnerability to natural and human-induced damage. Nonetheless, these geoglyphs remain an important part of Native American heritage and offer valuable insights into the region's ancient cultures. Number 12. The Legend of the Thunderbird. The Thunderbird is a powerful and revered figure in the mythology of various Native American tribes, particularly among the Plains, Pacific Northwest, and Great Lakes cultures. Described as an enormous bird capable of creating thunder and lightning with its wings, the Thunderbird is often seen as a symbol of strength and a protector of humanity. Legends vary across different tribes, but the common theme is the bird's supernatural abilities and its role as a guardian. According to these myths, the Thunderbird lives in the sky and is associated with storms and weather phenomena. When it flaps its massive wings, it creates thunderclaps, and lightning shoots from its eyes. The Thunderbird is often depicted as having a wingspan so vast that it can block out the sun, and its presence is a harbinger of powerful storms. Some stories also describe the Thunderbird as battling other mythical creatures, such as the water-dwelling serpents that threaten the land. The origins of the Thunderbird legend may be rooted in the natural world, inspired by the sight of large birds such as the bald eagle or the condor, which could appear mythical in size and power to ancient observers. Additionally, some researchers speculate that the legends might be based on ancient encounters with now extinct megafauna or even cultural memories of prehistoric birds like the teratorns, which had wingspans of up to 20 feet. Number 13. The disappearance of the Etowah Indians. The Etowah Indian mounds in Georgia are one of the most significant archaeological sites in the southeastern United States, representing a complex and advanced Mississippian culture that thrived between 1000 and 1550 AD. The site includes large earthen mounds used for ceremonial and residential purposes, elaborate burials, and a variety of artifacts that highlight the sophisticated society that once inhabited the area. Around 1550 AD, the Etowah society experienced a sudden decline, and the reasons for this disappearance remain a topic of debate among historians and archaeologists. Several theories have been proposed to explain the abandonment of the Etowah mounds. One possibility is that environmental changes, such as prolonged drought or flooding, disrupted agricultural production and made it difficult to sustain the large population. Another theory suggests that internal social or political turmoil could have led to the collapse of the Etowah chiefdom. Evidence of warfare and fortifications at the site indicates that conflict, either with neighboring tribes or internal factions, might have played a role in the society's decline. Additionally, the arrival of European explorers and the diseases they brought with them could have had a devastating impact on the population, leading to significant demographic changes. Despite the mystery surrounding their disappearance, the legacy of the Etowah Indians lives on through the remarkable artifacts and structures they left behind. These include intricate copper plates, ceremonial items, and beautifully crafted pottery, which provide insights into their culture, beliefs, and way of life. The Etowah mounds remain a testament to the ingenuity and complexity of the Mississippian culture, inviting continued research and exploration. Number 14. The Stone Chambers of New England. Scattered across the forests and fields of New England are numerous stone chambers that have sparked debate and intrigue among historians, archaeologists, and enthusiasts. These structures, often built into hillsides or freestanding, resemble ancient European designs, leading to speculation about their origins and purpose. Some suggest they were constructed by early European settlers, while others propose they might be much older, possibly created by Native American cultures or even pre-Columbian transatlantic visitors. The stone chambers vary in size and construction, with some featuring carefully crafted stone roofs and walls, small entryways, and interior spaces that remain dry and intact despite centuries of exposure to the elements. Theories about their purpose range from storage cellars and root cellars used by colonial farmers to ceremonial or spiritual sites. The alignment of some chambers with astronomical events such as solstices and equinoxes has led to further speculation that they served as observatories or sacred spaces. One of the most famous examples is the Mystery Hill site in New Hampshire, also known as America's Stonehenge. This complex includes several stone chambers, walls, and standing stones that align with solar and lunar events. While some researchers attribute these structures to early European settlers in the 17th and 18th centuries, others argue that their design and orientation suggest a much older origin, potentially linked to ancient cultures with advanced knowledge of astronomy. Number 15. The Lost City of Etzanoa. In the vast plains of modern-day Kansas, archaeologists believe they have discovered the remains of Etzanoa, a once thriving city of the Wichita people. Described by Spanish explorers in the early 17th century, Etzanoa was reportedly home to tens of thousands of inhabitants, making it one of the largest settlements in North America at the time. The city, however, vanished mysteriously around 1600 AD, leaving behind scant evidence of its existence. The rediscovery of Etzanoa began in the 21st century when archaeologists started uncovering artifacts such as pottery shards, tools, and remnants of dwellings that matched descriptions from early Spanish records. The site, near the town of Arkansas City, has yielded evidence of a sophisticated society with extensive agricultural fields, trade networks, and impressive earthen structures. The reasons for Etzanoa's sudden decline are not well understood, but several theories have been proposed. One possibility is that European diseases introduced by early explorers devastated the population, leading to a rapid collapse. Another theory suggests that intertribal conflicts, possibly exacerbated by the arrival of Europeans and the competition for resources, could have contributed to the city's abandonment. Environmental factors may have also played a role. Changes in climate or natural disasters such as floods or droughts could have disrupted the agricultural base that supported the large population. The exact combination of factors remains speculative, as ongoing excavations and research continue to piece together the story of this lost city.